Hi, my name is Arno, and I'm doing the Shakespeare project, and I want to talk about the play that we're doing, Measure for Measure. I want to talk about it because I want you guys to enjoy the play, not having to focus on the story and you'll just be confused all the time because of the Shakespearean language and whatnot. So, that's actually the only reason. The main characters, or the most important characters I'm going to talk about today, all the side characters I'm not going to talk about, sorry guys, are the Duke, Claudio, Isabella or Isabel, same person, Lucio, and Angelo. The setting is in Vienna, and the story begins with the Duke wanting to leave town and giving all the power to Angelo. And the Duke actually doesn't leave town. He decides to disguise himself in friar form because he wants to see what Angelo does with the power. Now, Angelo, the minute he gets the power, he thinks, all right, this is the moment to shine. I'm going to clean up Vienna, basically. He wants to burn all the brothels in Vienna to the ground. He wants to lock up and execute everyone that's done something bad ever, because the rules haven't been imposed so far under the Duke's rule. Angelo arrests a very important man called Claudio. Now, Claudio has a sister, and this sister is called Isabella, the one I mentioned before. And Lucio, a really good friend of Claudio, Lucio seeks Isabella to get help from her because he thinks only she will be able to persuade Angelo and get him to free Claudio. Now, Isabella just wants to get into the nunnery because she wants to be excluded from the whole world. She wants to be religious, that's it. Now she's suddenly being asked to free Claudio, which she will try because she cares about Claudio. So she goes to Angelo and pleads because she wants Claudio to be freed. Angelo, he feels wildly attracted to her. And then basically he says, have sex with me and I'll free Claudio. Now, Isabella, she doesn't like that. She goes to Claudio, her brother, and says, well, sorry Claudio, I tried my best, but Angelo wants to have sex with me so you can be freed, and I'm not going to do that because I want to be nun. So Claudio, he says, yeah, that's fine. But then he thinks about it a bit more and he's saying, not fine, because he's afraid of death and he doesn't want to die, so he asks Isabella, please, just have sex with him because I don't want to die, I can't do this. Well, Isabella's super pissed off, of course, so she runs off. Now, do you remember that I told you that the Duke wasn't actually gone from Vienna, but that he disguises himself as a friar? Well, he comes in the prison and he basically overhears what they're saying. So he tells Isabella, well, I've got the perfect solution. There's this woman, Mariana, and she used to be the fiancée of Angelo. So we're gonna trick Angelo, perform a bed trick, and think that he's sleeping with you, while he's actually sleeping with Mariana, and then when the Jew comes home, you can tell him that he slept with Mariana and he's forced to marry her. So, win-win situation. Your brother is freed and he has to marry someone else and you can go in the nunnery after. Angelo, of course, he has sex with Mariana, but he doesn't free Claudio. He actually orders for the execution of Claudio anyway. So what the Duke does in friar costume, he makes sure that Angelo gets another head from some other man. So Angelo thinks that Claudio is dead, but he's actually not dead. But the Duke decides, in friar costume still, the Duke decides not to tell Isabel for some reason. The Duke comes back in Duke form, so without his friar clothes, and Isabel comes to him. She explains what happened. And the Duke, of course, knows this, but he doesn't want anybody to know that he was the friar all along. He just wants to know what's gonna happen when all of this is coming to light. Well, in the end, it turns out that the friar was the Duke. Now, everyone who did anything wrong in this play, he marries all the other people that had sex ever to the person they had sex with. All the problems are solved. All right, well, that's basically the premise of the whole play. Well, I hope you enjoy it. The performances will start at 8 and they will be on the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th of September. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great time during the performance.